All right, guys. So let's check your homework. Let's check what you have. For starters, we have this activity. Activity D. This is 1D. Read for evidence. Read the article again to find these things. Then discuss your own views on tourism with a partner using the information to help you build an argument. So in the article, you have to find 3 statistics that show the economic importance of tourism. 5 specific examples of how tourism has affected places negatively. 2 examples of how tourist dollars can help a country, and an example of how a tourist stops people harming the environment. So do you have it? No? Let's look for it. 3 statistics that show the economic importance of tourism. Where are the statistics?
Tourist Council is a 2 trillion business that directly accounts for almost 1 in 11 jobs globally.
That's in the heading, isn't it?
Yes.
It's in the heading. That would be one statistic. What about another one? Okay, let's take a look. It's only that one? Only one statistic?
Actually don't know because the other it's
Yes?
about the bad things.
Yeah, but we need to find 3 statistics that show the economic importance of tourism. Now, I'm gonna go check over here. Here. Tourism is one of the largest industries. Here it is. So it's a 2 trillion business. And what else? Accounts for almost 1 in 11 jobs. And other countries are almost completely dependent on tourism. So there are your statistics. Okay. Now let's go for the next one. 5 specific examples of how tourism has affected places negatively. This one right here.
The building of roads, hotels, and resorts can quickly destroy those very beautiful landscapes on which tourism depends in the first place.
So that's one. Another example.
Mm, Development of woodlands impact wildlife. Forests disappear as they are cleared to make way for building and to provide food.
That's the same, isn't it?
Yes, actually, it's in the same paragraph.
Yeah, it's the same. So it's not a different one. It's the same.
Okay.
So let's take a look at another one. For example, let me do
Tourists.
this again.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Development of wetlands impact wildlife. But how can we do this? Ah, yes, I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. Development on wetlands impacts wildlife. That's one. Another one.
Tourists
Forest disappears
come,
as they make way for buildings and to provide for fuel. That's another one. What's another one?
tourists account
In
for
addition,
about,
tourists,
go ahead, Liliana.
thank you. I think that the industry also puts a huge pressure on scarce water supplies.
Okay, very good.
Another one is tourists account for about 60% of air travel and creates noisy and air pollution.
Very good. Is there another one?
Tourists is also responsible for producing huge amount of waste.
Huge.
Huge.
Okay, that would be this, right? Cruise ships in the Caribbean generate a lot of crash. Or just this one. Regions like the Himalayas has more than 100 tons of trash sitting on its slopes and peaks. Okay, nice. Let's go for the next one. Two examples of how tourist dollars can help a country. Nothing? Here is one. Revenues from park entrance fees pay for the protection of sensitive areas. That's one. But that says a country, huh? That wouldn't be a country. Here in Guatemala, that's one. Wow. Oh, it's over here. Income from departure taxes in Belize covers some of the cost of conserving the reefs. There, that's the other one. Okay, let's go for the number 4. An example of how tourism stops people harming the environment. Let's do that with blue.
Teacher, the answer can be the paragraph 8. Furthermore, tourism brings people into close contact with natural areas like rainforests and can give them a better understanding of the environment and the consequences of destroying it.
But will that
Uh,
be help a country?
Now I think it's the last one. An example of how tourists stops people harming the environment.
these are all the paragraph, all
Uh,
the 8 paragraph.
That will be for this number 3?
Now for the last one, the
For
number
number
4.
4?
Yes.
Yes, Liliana, is that what you're saying?
I think that the last one, an example of how tourists stop
Mhm.
people harming the environment.
Yes, that will be paragraph number 8. That's right. Okay, guys, that's it. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, let's continue with the next one. Focus on vocabulary, synonyms. Find the words involved in the article and then find words with similar meanings in the same paragraph. In the same paragraph. Use them to rewrite the sentences below, making any changes necessary. Let's begin with number one. Tourism is one of the biggest industries here. Now we need to find where is the word industries. That will be in the very first paragraph. And but where is it?
Tourism is one of the world's largest industries.
Industries. Now in this same paragraph, we need to find another word with a similar meaning. What would that be?
Business.
Business. Okay. So there is our word, business. Let's go for number two. Some areas are almost completely dependent on tourism. Now we need to find this. Where is it?
The last part.
Are almost completely dependent on. Now in this same paragraph, we can find another expression that has the same meaning. What expression would that be?
Rely heavily.
Rely heavily. Very good. That's correct. So let's begin by writing these examples on the screen. So industries will be business, businesses in plural, and the other one will be rely heavily on. There, just like that. Now go ahead and continue with the rest, please. Do you have some of the rest from 3 and on?
Yes.
Please compare your answers.
To Liliana. Liliana.
Uh-huh. Uh, Diana,
Yes. What do you have in number three?
I can
Eduardo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you have any of the answers?
It's according to the article.
Yep, according to the
Yes.
article.
The number three is in the paragraph number three.
Give me 1 minute. I will be right back. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
okay. I'm sorry, Diana. Each sentence is in the paragraph.
It's in the paragraph number three.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And the next one, and then the next one is in the paragraph number five.
You say that wetlands, you said building
No, number three, I think is the development.
the development.
Yes, development.
Devel, uh, develop, okay, it's a noun. Develop is a verb, development is a noun. Ah, okay.
Number four, what do you have?
So,
So what do you have for number three? What's the word for number three?
Development.
Development.
Yes.
All right. What's the word for number four?
Adversely affecting.
Adversity.
Yes. Adversely.
Affecting.
Yes.
Okay. What about for five?
Reduction, large amount of trash.
Production.
Yes.
Production. Only production.
Now, production, large amount of trash.
Has.
Ah,
Huge.
huge. I need to
Huge amount
of
of
trash.
trash. Number six. Nothing. What about seven?
Understanding,
Understanding. And next,
read.
lead.
Yes.
And the last one, number eight.
Employ.
What?
Employ.
Employ. All right, so we're only missing number six, income. Now let's check the answers. Number three, the building of tourist resorts has a huge impact on the environment. This is on paragraph three.
Mm.
And what is the answer? It would be development. Very good. Excellent. Next, number four, adversely affecting is on paragraph five. So we have adversity. No, first is negative effects on. Negative effects on. And the other one, what did you say was? Adversely affecting. Air pollution and noise have adversely affecting. Will that be correct? Adversely affecting.
Adversely.
Nope. Yeah, adversely
Adversely.
affecting with ing.
Adversely. Now with an ing.
Nope, it does not use. Look at the sentence. Number four, air pollution and noise have What is that have? For example, here on paragraph five, It says noise and air pollution, which have negative impacts on the environment. What is have? In this one, in this sentence right there, have means to to possess, to own, to have. It's a verb right there. But on the sentence number 4, air pollution and noise have negative effects on the wildlife. This is a verb on the sentence, but if I introduce this little this, it has to be different because negative effects on the sentence is an adjective, but adversely affecting is not an adjective. Adversely is an adverb, and an adverb works only with a verb. So I need to change this adversely affecting from being a verb to an adjective form or something different. How can I make it correct? How can I have adversely affecting? How can I make that into an adjective? Just like the one over here, negative effects. Because this adversely affecting is a verb because I have the verb be is now adversely affecting. So this is with ing, that is one verb right there. So that is one verb, but that is not on sentence number 4. On sentence number 4, I have a straight sentence. Air pollution and noise have we can change it to an adjective without being very difficult. All I gotta do is air pollution and noise have adverse affections on the wildlife. Or maybe we can say cancel the have air pollution and noise are adversely affecting the wildlife. You see? Is that a little better or is it the same?
I like add the verb to be, change the verb to be.
Yeah.
To add the verb to be, right? To
Yes.
use this one, are. So air pollution and noise, we have two nouns, two different things. So it's a plural noun. Air pollution and noise are adversely affecting the wildlife. Yes, very good. Let's go for the next one. Number 5, tourists generate a lot of trash. Now look at this. Generate, is that an adjective, an adverb, a noun, or a verb? What is it?
A verb.
It's a verb. Tourists generate. And this one that we have, production, is that a verb?
No.
It's not a verb, so we need to change something. But first, let's find the paragraph. This will be
Paragraph 6.
paragraph 6, right there. And it's generate a lot of trash right there. And you said production, huge amounts of oh, it's not. Tourism is also responsible for producing huge amounts of waste. Producing. This is a preposition. So, okay, hold on. Let's go one by one. Tourist. How can I change that?
Produce.
Take that one. Produce. Yes. Produce. Continue. Huge amounts.
Huge amount of trash.
Nope, not trash.
Waste.
Waste. There. Tourists produce huge amounts of waste. Okay? Yes? Is that better?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's go for the next one. And that will be number 6. Income from tourism has helped protect endangered plants and animals. That is in paragraph 7. Paragraph 7. And where is the word income?
The last part.
Income. Income from departure taxes. So what would that be? Income from departure taxes. What is that? When we saw that in the last class. Do you remember? I suppose you don't. That would be revenues. On the first example, here on income, you have from departure taxes. And on the first word, revenues would be from park entrance fees. So the word is revenues. Right there, okay? Now give me 1 second. Give me 1 little second. All right, let's continue. What's the next one? The next one would be 7. People have a greater awareness. What paragraph is that?
8.
Paragraph 8. And where is awareness? It's right here, awareness. We also saw this word and this paragraph in detail in the last class. So what is the other word, the other expression with a similar meaning? Understanding. So that one is very good, really good understanding. And then can result in better protection. And the expression is result in. And you said lead. It's incomplete. Do you know what's missing?
Lead to.
Lead to. There you go. Lead to. Okay, perfect. And let's go for the last one. The last one will be number 8. Do you know where, in which paragraph is it?
9.
Paragraph 9, perfect. So, higher. You said the word is higher. And the expression, the similar expression is employ. Hmm. Well, yeah, we have here employment and we have employed. And the word is you simply employ, only like that, just like it's on the screen. Okay, there are your answers. Do you ladies have any questions? No? Which sentences are true for your country? Discuss and give examples. An example would be, tourism is definitely one of the biggest businesses here. It's an important industry in. What about you? What do you think? What is your opinion? Which of these 8 sentences is true for your city?
Tourism is one of the biggest business in my state, but in my city is not very important. My city is an industrial port.
Which city is that?
Lázaro Cárdenas, Michoacán.
Yes.
But in my state, it's very important, the tourists.
Yes, it is. Okay. What
What
about
do
you,
you think,
Leslie?
Diana and Eduardo?
People have a greater understanding of environmental uses, which can lead to better protection of the environment.
In what way?
Very nice.
Yes, well, I think our most great problem in agriculture is we don't protect our beach. So we could have better protection for them. You know, like the trash when the tourists go. Well, when the tourist is here, we have a lot of trash in the beach.
When the tourist is here, we have a lot of what?
Trash in the beach,
Ah, but the tourist in singular or in plural?
tourists and plural
When the tourists
are here.
are here, yeah,
Yeah, are here.
there is a lot of trash. I know.
Yeah,
What do you think, Eduardo? And you, Diana? No opinions. All right. Anything else, ladies? Leslie and Liliana? Okay. Let's move on
Okay.
to the next activity, which is listening and speaking responsible tourism. Look at the tourist pamphlet on the right. This pamphlet right here. Think of different ways to complete the sentences. Ladies, before we begin with the pamphlet, have you ever seen this type of uh, signs on a touristic place? For example, this one. Can you read it, Leslie, please?
Please leave nothing but your
Footprints.
footprint. Okay.
Yes, that means please don't leave trash. If you're going to leave something, make it only your footprints. Yes, that you were there.
Yeah.
Is that a good message?
Yes, I think that's
Okay,
great.
what do you think, guys? Diana, Liliana, and Eduardo. Is that a good message?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. Okay, what else can we do? We as people, what else can we do to be responsible tourism? No ideas. Let's begin by trying to complete this pamphlet. How to be a responsible tourist. Okay, we have here number 1. Choose a tour company that does not what? How can we complete that? Does not what?
Contaminate.
Contaminate. Okay, sounds good. Number 2. Stay in a place that what?
Stay in a place that improve the environment.
That what?
Improve the environment.
Improves?
Yeah.
What about protects?
Yeah, it could be. Protects the
I'm not sure
environment.
about improves. Maybe I'm not sure. But let's go with protects. Protects the environment. Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Number 3. Save what?
The wildlife.
The wildlife. Save the wildlife. Number 4. Buy
Craft,
what? Can you repeat, Liliana, please?
local craft, teacher.
Local craft. Let's go with plural. Local craft. Local crafts. Number 5. When you buy things, pay
In cash.
in cash. Okay. And number 6. Ask before
Do it.
you do it. Ask before you do it. Okay. Guys, how does that look? Is that complete? Or do you have a different opinion? Now we're going to listen to a short presentation by an eco tour guide. Now in your books, go ahead and open your books. Diana, can you help me with the page number, please?
113.
Thank you very much. Open your books, please. Page 113, like Diana said. Are you ready? This pamphlet is right there on your book, page 113. Are you there? All you have to do is listen to the presentation and complete the pamphlet with information from the presentation. Are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's
Yes,
listen.
teacher.
Welcome to the first of our evening presentations. We hope you are enjoying the beautiful surroundings of Eco Lodge and that you like your accommodations. The presentation this evening is about responsible tourism. People often ask me what they should do to be a responsible tourist. Well, you've already made a good start because you chose our company, and we're an environmentally responsible company. It's important to choose a tour company that doesn't have a negative impact on the environment. Also, by staying here, you are helping the local community, which is dependent on tourism. You should choose a place to stay that hires only local people. Every member of staff that we employ lives locally. But how else can you be a responsible tourist while you're here? One of the first things you can do is to save water. Tourism puts a huge pressure on water supplies. Take short showers. Save electricity too. Otherwise, you might have to use the candles. Another thing you can do is visit the local markets. And please try to buy some local handicrafts. This helps in two ways. First, it's employment for local people. And second, it preserves local crafts and traditions. And when you buy goods, pay a fair price. Remember, if you bargain to get something cheaper, the dollar you save may be the dollar that feeds a family for a day. One very important thing is that we need to protect endangered plants or animals. So please, please, please don't buy coral. It destroys these beautiful reefs if people make souvenirs out of the coral. Last year, one of our guests bought a coral lamp, which she'd found in a store. But when I gave her an understanding of how these kinds of souvenirs destroy the reefs, she was horrified. She said she would take it back the next day. That's our job, to give you an awareness of your impact here. Another way to have a positive effect on the community is to respect the local culture. Please ask before you take photos, and try to speak a few words of the language. Also, please visit the local wildlife preserves. The revenues from the entrance fees pay for the protection of endangered species. As you can see, you can really help preserve this beautiful place. Please take our pamphlet on responsible tourism. It's made with recycled paper.
There. Do you guys have some answers?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's compare what you guys have. All right, let's see, guys. What do you guys have for number one?
Negative impact.
That does not what?
Not have negative impact.
Have a negative impact? Okay. Like that? Does not have a
Yes.
negative impact. Number two, stay in a place that
Hire local people.
hires local people. Okay, what about number three?
Save water.
Number 4.
Local crafts.
Okay. Number 5. Nothing. What about number 6?
Ask before you take photos.
Okay. Now, would you like to listen again and check your answers?
Yes, please.
All right, let's listen again.
Welcome to the first of our evening presentations. We hope you are enjoying the beautiful surroundings of Eco Lodge and that you like your accommodations. The presentation this evening is about responsible tourism. People often ask me what they should do to be a responsible tourist. Well, you've already made a good start because you chose our company, and we're an environmentally responsible company. It's important to choose a tour company that doesn't have a negative impact on the environment. Also, by staying here, you are helping the local community, which is dependent on tourism. You should choose a place to stay that hires only local people. Every member of staff that we employ lives locally. But how else can you be a responsible tourist while you're here? One of the first things you can do is to save water. Tourism puts a huge pressure on water supplies. Take short showers. Save electricity too. Otherwise, you might have to use the candles. Another thing you can do is visit the local markets. And please try to buy some local handicrafts. This helps in 2 ways. First, it's employment for local people. And second, it preserves local crafts and traditions. And when you buy goods, pay a fair price. Remember, if you bargain to get something cheaper, the dollar you save may be the dollar that feeds a family for a day. One very important thing is that we need to protect endangered plants or animals. So please, please, please don't buy coral. It destroys these beautiful reefs if people make souvenirs out of the coral. Last year, one of our guests bought a coral lamp, which she'd found in a store. But when I gave her an understanding of how these kinds of souvenirs destroy the reefs, she was horrified. She said she would take it back the next day. That's our job, to give you an awareness of your impact here. Another way to have a positive effect on the community is to respect the local culture. Please ask before you take photos, and try to speak a few words of the language. Also, please visit the local wildlife preserves. The revenues from the entrance fees pay for the protection of endangered species. As you can see, you can really help preserve this beautiful place. Please take our pamphlet on responsible tourism. It's made with recycled paper.
Okay, very good. So let's go over again. Number 1, choose a tour company that does not
Have negative impact.
it's incomplete,
Five praise.
what?
Are five praise.
It's have a negative impact on the
Environment.
environment. There. What about number 2? A state
Hires,
that hires.
hires only local people.
Oh, very good. Only. That's nice. Number 3,
Save water.
save water. Number 4,
Buy local handcraft.
handicraft. Yes.
Teacher, where's local handcrafts?
Local, like the name it says local, it's from the same
Yeah,
place.
handcrafts.
Handcrafts are all of those little things handmade, like hats or wallets or necklaces or bracelets.
Oh, okay.
what people make with their hands. That is
Okay.
a handcraft, yes. What else, ladies and gentlemen? Number 6.
Fair price. Price.
A fair price.
Fair price.
A fair price. What does that mean? A fair price. What it's trying to say is that if the local people, the local person says that for a little souvenir, he wants, as an example, 100 pesos, pay that 100 pesos. Don't say, oh, I'll give you 50. Yeah, that's what it says. When you buy things, pay a fair price. That means don't haggle. Do not bargain. Pay what he says. If he says 100, pay 100. Because that's what supports him and his family. And of course, this is when a tourist visits how do we call this? These countries that depend only on tourism. And number 6, as before, you take photos. Very nice. That was good. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, listen again and answer these questions. What 2 reasons does the guide give for shopping at local markets? Do you remember the reasons? 2 reasons for shopping at local markets.
Because helps that community.
So number 1, it helps.
It's correct. Teacher, is correct if I say it supports to the local handcrafts.
Supports
Yeah.
the local people.
Local people. Okay.
It supports the local people. Something like that. Okay. Next. Number 2, why does the guide encourage people not to bargain? Do you remember? Why does the guide encourage people not to bargain? It's okay. Let's go for number 3. What story does the guide tell about a tourist who bought coral? Should we listen again? Listen one more time to find the answers?
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to the first of our evening presentations. We hope you are enjoying the beautiful surroundings of Eco Lodge and that you like your accommodations. The presentation this evening is about responsible tourism. People often ask me what they should do to be a responsible tourist. Well, you've already made a good start because you chose our company, and we're an environmentally responsible company. It's important to choose a tour company that doesn't have a negative impact on the environment. Also, by staying here, you are helping the local community, which is dependent on tourism. You should choose a place to stay that hires only local people. Every member of staff that we employ lives locally. But how else can you be a responsible tourist while you're here? One of the first things you can do is to save water. Tourism puts a huge pressure on water supplies. Take short showers. Save electricity too. Otherwise, you might have to use the candles. Another thing you can do is visit the local markets. And please try to buy some local handicrafts. This helps in 2 ways. First, it's employment for local people. And second, it preserves local crafts and traditions. And when you buy goods, pay a fair price. Remember, if you bargain to get something cheaper, the dollar you save may be the dollar that feeds a family for a day. One very important thing is that we need to protect endangered plants or animals. So please, please, please don't buy coral. It destroys these beautiful reefs if people make souvenirs out of the coral. Last year, one of our guests bought a coral lamp, which she'd found in a store. But when I gave her an understanding of how these kinds of souvenirs destroy the reefs, she was horrified. She said she would take it back the next day. That's our job, to give you an awareness of your impact here. Another way to have a positive effect on the community is to respect the local culture. Please ask before you take photos, and try to speak a few words of the language. Also, please visit the local wildlife preserves. The revenues from the entrance fees pay for the protection of endangered species. As you can see, you can really help preserve this beautiful place. Please take our pamphlet on responsible tourism. It's made with recycled paper.
Okay. Now let's take a look. What two reasons does the guide give for shopping at local markets? Nothing?
He said something like employment.
Yeah. All
And
right.
other things about culture crafts.
What?
I think the
Teacher,
other one.
Yes,
teacher.
mister?
Sorry, I gotta go.
Okay, mister. Everything
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, everything is okay. Yes, I have to do something with my family.
All right. Have fun. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, teacher.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry, Diana. Can you please finish?
Yes, I hear something about cul- culture crafts.
Culture?
Yes, culture crafts. Something about that.
Culture crafts. What do you have, Liliana?
I only
Nothing.
understand that tourists the activity of tourists help the local people in that community.
So it helps the community. Okay. What about number
Uh-huh.
two? Why does the guide encourage people not to bargain?
What is bargain?
Bargain, to negotiate.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing.
Now,
Because the dollar they save is the dollar that nothing. Let's go for number three. What story does the guide tell about a tourist who bought coral?
I only understand that this action destroyed the reef, the reef,
This
yes,
action destroys the reef.
the reef.
I heard the same as Liliana.
Yes, you did. All right, very good. So all of these are okay. Number one, it helps the community, supports local people, it's employment for the local people, it preserves the local culture.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. It preserves the local culture. There. Now, number two, why does the guide encourage people not to bargain? Because the dollar they save is the dollar that feeds a family for an entire day. And what story does the guy tell about a tourist who bought coral? The story, what story? Well, he says, the other day, a lady bought a coral lamp. Remember?
She said the last years.
Last year, a tourist, a lady, right? A lady bought a coral lamp. And when he told her, what did he tell her? That this action destroys the reefs. She what? What did she do? She returned it. Remember?
Yes, she returned the next day.
She returned it the next day. That's right. Perfect, guys. Do you have any questions?
No.
No? All right. Let's go for the next thing, the next activity. Agree on the 5 most important things that people can do to be responsible tourists. Prepare a short presentation for tourists. Okay. So right now, first, number 1, agree on the 5 most important things to be responsible tourist. Please go ahead and begin. Speak, talk to each other. Okay, what are the 5 most important things to be responsible tourist? Please begin.
Liana, Leslie, what do you think?
Would you ladies like to jump to the next activity? All right, let's see. Liliana, can you read, please?
Teacher. Writing. Are tourists welcome? In this lesson, you write up your survey notes, contrast ideas with outro, etc. Avoid errors with outro. Task. Write a survey article. Are tourists a good or bad thing?
Thing. Perfect. Leslie, can you read, please?
Ask your classmates the question about and take notes on their views, then compare with a partner.
What question? It says, ask your classmates the question above. What question is that?
Are tourists a good or bad thing?
Yes, are tourists a good or bad thing? So please ask each other. We have an example here. You need to take notes on what your classmates answer, and then you're going to compare. For example, Maria thinks tourism is a bad thing. She said she'd left the museum once because of all the tourists. So please, ladies, ask and answer the question. Are tourists a good or a bad thing?
Well, I live in Acapulco, so tourists for us is uh, a really good thing. We we live of tourists. So tourists brings a number of benefits to our community, but at the same time, it's a bad thing because they're um, waste a lot water and they always are problematic when means about for local people. You know, it's always means around there are um, in a fight with someone, or they know are sometimes fear when they're about uh, handcraft.
And another thing is like they contaminate the beach. You know, they leave a lot of trash.
Yes,
I agree with you, but I want to focus on the good things. Tourists is a is tourists bring more good things um, to a community. Many people live lives with the tourists, depends of the tourists,
Actually, it depends on the place.
like such as Acapulco. Excuse me, Diana, can you repeat?
Uh, I I said it depends on the place. Uh,
Yeah,
one
depends
yes,
of the place.
on
But many cities in our country depend of the tourists.
yes.
For example, Acapulco, Ixtapas y Guatanejo. People spend their money in that cities and help the economy, help to improve the economy of the local people, and that is good for everybody.
Yes, I agree with you.
I like so much to travel around my country, and I bargained, um, but I just learned that is important not to bargain.
sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, when
Bargain.
when we
Bargain.
traveled, but bargain, yeah,
Bargain. No, bargain.
bargain. And I just learned that it's
Bargain.
important that not bargain, especially
Bargain.
in the craft. Bargain. Bargain.
Yes, there you go.
Bargain.
Bargain. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Now, look at the models. Read the extracts from two articles in a student magazine. Now we have extracts from two articles. Yes, and each article is about tourists are a nuisance or tourists are a good thing. So if this one, number two, says tourists are a good thing, what does the first one mean with nuisance? What does nuisance mean?
Bad thing.
A bad thing. Yes. All right. Let's see. Leslie, can you read this?
Tourists brings a number of benefits to our community.
Thank you. Diana, can you continue?
Creates employment and strengthens the local economy.
Thank you. Liliana, can you continue, please?
In fact, most people said they would prefer the tourists to stay away
Actually, it's over
despite the
here.
jobs that
Over
tourists
here.
create.
However,
However, my survey shows that residents have mixed feeling about its impact.
Diana?
Although tourism has its advantages, many people feel the large groups of tourists are a nuisance.
Nuisance. Leslie?
In fact, most people say they would prefer the tourists to stay away despite the jobs that tourists create.
Liliana?
When I asked one person why he held this view, he said,
He said, now what you ladies need to do is write what you think this person said. Write your opinion. What do you think this person said? Please write it on your notebooks or your book. Are you finished? Ladies, are you finished?
Teacher,
Yes.
uh, what is health means?
Health
Yes.
from hold. Hold is like when you hug, hold. But in this sentence, why he held this view is why he has this view or this opinion. Yeah. So
Okay, okay. Thanks.
health will be has, and this view would be opinion. Okay? Oh my gosh. What did I do? Right there. Are you finished? All right, please, let's see what you guys ladies have. What is your opinion? Ladies? When I asked one person why he held this view, he said, what did he say? The tourists, ladies, what is the competition of the sentence?
Are a good thing.
Nope, that would be incorrect.
The tourists leave a lot of trash on the beaches.
There you go. That would be a complete competition because we are on the paragraph that says that tourists are a nuisance, are something bad. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know my camera was off. So leave a lot of trash. Yes, Liliana?
Oh, okay, teacher, thank you.
Yeah, so we have tourists are a nuisance, something negative, something not nice. Now let's read the other side, please. Tourists are a good thing. Let's begin with Leslie, please. Begin, Leslie.
Tourists are a good thing. With the growth in tourism, I asked local students whether tourism brought problems or benefits.
Thank you. Diana?
Mm, Interestingly enough, even though many people find tourists annoying, they believe most in that the advantages of tourism outweigh the disadvantages.
Yes.
It is
Uh,
true. It is true that tourists live, litter, and crowd the streets.
Thank you. Leslie?
Nevertheless, most people welcome tourists to the region.
Thank you. Diana?
Them in spite of the problems they create.
Liliana?
One person said,
One person said. What did the person say? Complete the sentence, please. One person said that tourists,
Great employment, great
that would be tourism, right?
tourist
Create employment. Like that?
and strengthens the local economy
Can you repeat that, Leslie, please?
and strengthen the local economy
And strengths.
and strengthen
I forget how you spell it. Can you remember? Remind me.
STRANC
What?
S Este,
I think it's in the first paragraph we
yeah,
read.
it's in the first part.
Oh my
It's
gosh, it's right
create
there.
employment and experiments.
It's train. I knew there was a G in there. Couldn't remember. Strengths. Continue.
In local economy.
Yes. All right. What about you, Diana? What do you think? What about you, Liliana? What do you think?
I agree with this idea.
Sentence?
Tourism
Perfect.
create employment.
Create employment and strengthens the local economy. Very good, ladies. So now what you have to do is circle 5 expressions in the extracts in exercise B that contrast ideas. So look for the expressions that contrast ideas, please. What are the expressions? We need to find five expressions that contrast ideas.
I thought
Although, where is it?
um, the first paragraph.
Auto
Although tourism,
Although, one more.
Despite
Where is it?
despite despite the jobs that tourists and at final
Despite. That's 2. We need 3 more.
in fact,
In fact, where is it?
In fact, most people say they will prefer.
In fact, is this a contrasting idea?
Uh, I don't think.
Nope, it's not a
I
contrasting.
don't think.
So another expression that contrasts ideas.
nevertheless
Nevertheless,
Where
next
is it?
paragraph.
Next
In the
paragraph.
next paragraph.
What line?
Nevertheless.
The dear less.
Nevertheless, okay. We need 2 more.
in spite of
Where is that?
In
Right
the
here.
scholar.
In spite of. We need 1 more.
Even though.
Even though. Okay, there is 1 more. Can you find 1 more?
Interestingly, no.
Is that a contrasting idea?
No, I think no.
However, there, okay? Now what we have are contrasting ideas in writing. Use although and even though to connect clauses. What are clauses? Complete sentences. Yes, although or even though tourism creates jobs. So here we have 1 sentence, comma. It has disadvantages. Another clause, another sentence. Tourism is a good thing, although or even though it brings problems. So here we have 2 different sentences. Tourism is a good thing. It brings problems. See, they are opposite. One is a good opinion and the other one is not a good opinion or not a good point. Okay. The next thing we have is use despite and in spite of before a noun phrase, before a noun phrase or ing forms is still a noun. Despite or in spite of problems, you see a noun. And then we have the sentence, tourists are welcome. Tourists can be good despite or in spite of the problems it causes. All of that is one noun. It says is a noun phrase. All of those 4 words, the problem it causes, 4 words, is a phrase for one noun. What is the noun? What is the object? Problems. We have nevertheless, like however, contrast an idea in a previous sentence. For example, tourists may bring problems. Finished. A new sentence. Nevertheless, or however, and then you give an opposite opinion. Look how this opinion is a negative opinion. Tourists may bring problems. Negative. However, or nevertheless, people welcome them. That's a good opinion. Do you like this? Have any questions?
No.
No? All right, so this will be homework. This, write a survey article. Write your article and include your classmates' views, your classmates' opinions. Okay? Have your article ready for tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll check it out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies. Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
Oh, how was the class?
Good.
You learn anything new?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, teacher.
Tomorrow, teacher.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
Diana.
guys.
Tomorrow, Leslie. See you tomorrow, Liliana. Bye, Lily.